We British bloody love a dumb American story, right? Oh, pump it into my veins. So, today's video is a top-tier dumb American story for the British, and that is that a US oil tycoon bought London Bridge for £1 million thinking that it was Tower Bridge. And do you know what, right? When I first moved to London, I was so excited to see London Bridge. I made a special journey to go and see it and everything. I'd heard the nursery rhymes, I'd heard the songs, I was ready for my wow moment. And honestly, it's one of the most boring bridges I have ever seen. It's just concrete with cars on it. Tower Bridge, on the other hand, is an iconic Victorian masterpiece. It just never gets old looking at it. And there's no nursery rhymes made about it. The world is cruel and unfair. London Bridge is iconic in its own way, though, which is what everybody says about the ugly, but it's true, right? There's been a bridge on that site for about 2,000 years. Without it, London would simply not be London. It was the only way of crossing between the north and the south of the city until Westminster Bridge was built in 1750. And did you know that London Bridge is the reason why we drive on the left? So, what happened was, in Tudor times, there were around 600 buildings on the bridge. It was so densely populated that it was made a ward of the city, which meant that they could self-govern to some extent. By 1722, the traffic and the congestion was so bad that the Lord Mayor of London declared that everyone should keep to the left when they were passing, and it just kind of stuck. In 1763, they removed all of the houses and shops from the bridge to make way for more traffic, which does make sense, but I think it would have been sick to live on London Bridge, wouldn't it? Spenny, though. London Bridge has never actually fallen down, did you know? But it did burn down in 1135 because it was made of wood and everyone was using candles. And it was basically destroyed by frost in 1813, truly a song of ice and fire. So, in 1831, the bridge of daft American fame was built. By the 1960s, though, the bridge had begun to sink at one end because it had been built for horse and carriage, and we were driving cars and lorries all over it every day. So we decided to sell it on and get a new one, you know, like you do with trainers on Vinted. So in 1968, Robert Paxton McCulloch of the McCulloch Oil Corporation bought the bridge for £1.02 million, and the 10,276 granite blocks that made the bridge were shipped over to Lake Havasu City in Arizona. On this day, in 1973, Queen Elizabeth II opened the new London Bridge that we use and are indifferent to today. Interestingly, the code to communicate the death of Queen Lizzie before it became public knowledge was "London Bridge is down." So cool. Unfortunately, I hate to break it to you, it does seem the idea that Robert McCulloch thought that he was buying Tower Bridge is a bit of an urban legend. In an interview with the BBC, his grandson Michael McCulloch said, "My grandfather knew exactly what he was buying." But the stories kept coming up and providing free press and encouraging people to visit Lake Havasu and the bridge, so he never corrected it. Which is exactly what you would say if you'd accidentally bought the wrong bridge. London Bridge, it really did help put Lake Havasu City on the map though, because prior to its arrival, it had been a bit of a nothing town. Now, London Bridge is reportedly the second most visited tourist attraction in Arizona after the Grand Canyon. So true or not, this misunderstanding of a misunderstanding, it's helped both of our communities, and that's not a bad thing, is it? So I am very sorry for the dumb American stories. We don't really think that of you. Well, some people do. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Why not subscribe? And I'll see you tomorrow.